and welcome back to another episode of From the Shadows. We're back and we're in a brand new season. We've got some stuff to talk about, of course, and we've also got ourselves a Champions League game. Because I was so caught up in transfer stuff, once again I skipped over the bloody draw for the round, which is a pain in the arse, but we got drawn against Metalurg. We were one of these sort of seeded teams for this, thankfully. Due to our performance in the Europa League last year, it meant our coefficient jumped from 15 to 30, and that made the hell of a difference. Otherwise, we'd have been playing some pretty top teams otherwise, basically. So I don't know if... I think there is another round after this. I'm not entirely sure. I just want to quickly check this, actually, to make sure. So after that, yes, there is actually a playoff after that as well, which of course has not been drawn yet. But so yeah, if we get through this round, we've actually got another round just to try and get into the group stages, which is going to be difficult because there's some bloody good sides in it, basically. Now, we do have the charity shield against PSG in like 5 days, but I just decided if there was one time I was going to skip a game against PSG, I thought it'd be for our first ever Champions League games, because I don't want to do the next episode as being like one game later, basically. And I figured it's the charity shield. We won it against them last year, and I feel like it's just not really worth it, basically. I thought that Champions League would be a cool one to sort of concentrate a few episodes on, or certainly the first one of the season as our first game as well. Now, if you remember earlier, which was earlier today, as you can tell from the fact I'm wearing the same clothes, we were given £2 million in transfer funds. Now, I've managed to increase it slightly, but not. The board did not give me any more money. I had to sell some players to bring some money in, and frankly, most of that's gone on new contracts. We've brought in one player, I think, and it's not been a good summer for us, really, in that sense. It's worrying, but we've kept a lot of players. Very few players have gone out on loan this year, and that's what I'm kind of excited about. Now, of course, sorry, I've gone all funny there. If we could do a question of the day, that'd be awesome. So, what are your strongest three attacking midfielders when they're all fit? Obviously, this is for Paris. For me at the moment, it's probably Luis. It has to be Luis, Park Jae-won, and Aslan. Those three are just absurdly good. And if they can be all good this year, that would be something else for us. No, you know, Bargugi's done well, but I just think that he might be slipping off a little bit the pace. And Aslan, I think, hopefully this year is going to be superb for us. So, we've got a lot of players that aren't going to go out on loan this year. They're going to stay. They're going to either play in the reserves or the under-18s, which means that we can then use them and bring them in over the course of the year, give them a real chance to progress. And I feel that's the best way of doing it at the moment, since this year, in terms of our transfers, we've basically had nothing to do. So here's transfer time. Let's take a little look at the transfer history. So as you can see, players that have gone out. Ryan Phillips, I said in the last episode I was thinking about selling him. We got a bid from Burnley of, well, eventually this can rise to 10 million. And I think that for a player that probably isn't going to get much better, 10 million's a decent amount to get for him, basically. So we've got him out the club. Hugo Cantini, Musavu King, Dominic Gape have left. Ayari's gone out on loan, and so is Gaston Souza. Now, Ayari, that was actually a mistake. I clicked the wrong button when I was doing something, and he's gone out on loan, which is a bit annoying because I would have rather had him stay here. Noah Mercier has also gone out to NAC Breda over in Holland. So 8.75 million players going out, and the only player that came in is this lad, and this is Cohen Christians. Now, this might not look that good, but we just needed someone that could play in the centre, basically. I just wanted someone that's got decent stats as a kind of central midfielder. And he's okay. Don't let the stars fool you. He's got a little bit of room to improve as well. He is only 20. He's 24, though, so he's all I could really do. There was so little out there. All the players I wanted to try and sign, that young, particularly good young talent, there was loads I was looking at. The problem was, when I went in to put the bids, they were all 5 million plus, and we literally only had, like, the most we ever had at one point was 4.6 million pounds. Now, the problem is, I've had to give new contracts to people like Alberto Cherry, who has signed a new deal. Thank God. A 5-year extension as well. He's now on nearly £50,000 a week, though. So that absolutely decimated our transfer fund. And also had to give new contracts to some staff members, as well as a load of our youngsters who needed new long-term deals to keep them here for like 5 years to make sure that they develop properly. So yeah, lots of new contracts have been handed out. And that means that we've left ourselves in a bit of a hole when it comes to transfers. And the only player I was able to bring in is Cohen Christians. And it's disappointing because we usually have really good transfer windows with Paris. But I'm just... yeah, sucks I couldn't do more, really, and we're going to have to try and hope that our players have developed over the summer and are continuing to develop. Hopefully we've got enough in the tank, but I'm a little bit worried on that front. I really am, that we're not going to have enough in the tank to do something amazing this year, and it's a real shame, but we just seem to have ground to a halt a little bit. I'm hoping this year, though, that because we're in the Champions League, we can hopefully, if we can get to the group stage, which I really hope we can then bring in some money from that, do well and just sort of keep things steady, and hopefully next year we'll have a really solid budget. I'm just worried about this sort of save progression at this point, basically, but there we go. So that's Cohen Christians. He's the only player that's come in. Now, tactic is going to be the same. We're going to be playing up against Metallurg today, and yeah, I don't know when the next game is against them, but this is not going to be a double live com because we've got stuff in between, and I just wasn't sure if a double live com against them was really worth it. We're playing the away leg first, so yeah, basically you'll see what happened in the next episode. Now, if we get through, of course, I might do a double live com for the playoff round, because that, for me, feels a bit more important. Now, our next game against PSG isn't for quite some time just yet. So, yeah, I just didn't see the point in doing the Charity Shield against them this time round. I just thought it'd be nice to do something a little bit different. So that is what I intend to do. As for players that have gone out on loan, we don't really have that many. I think Gustavo Ortiz is still out on loan. And of course Iyari and Sosa have gone. Now, we've had bids for certain players, but I'm trying to turn them down as much as possible. We got a load of bids from Bar of like £4 million, which to me is an absolute piss take, and I really wish that the game would sort that. Like, £4 million is not going to get him away from the club. He's worth more than that. His actual estimated value, and he's on a long-term contract, is more than £4 million. So why in the name of God are they... I don't know, it's really frustrating to see that kind of crap. But yet Cherry, we haven't actually had any bids for Cherry over the summer, but I believe that's down to him signing a new long-term deal. So there isn't really much more I can show you at this point. Other than that, in fact, our under-21s or reserves team wasn't actually promoted. They did win the fourth tier, but they were not promoted because apparently they're not allowed past that point. I'm sure someone would have said that in the comments anyway, but yeah, I checked and they are back in that league again. I expect them to win it again and again and again, which is a real shame, but they're still going to get first team football, these players playing for our reserve side. So let's jump into the match preview. There was a lot of teams we could have been up against, but Metallurg isn't too bad. Playing the away leg first is always very nice. I love playing the away leg first. Now, Sigurds has only just come back from injury, so I'm a little bit on the fence as to whether he'll actually play in today's game, or whether, as you can see, his condition isn't fantastic. Let's just see how this shapes up. Ruiz is finally fit again. Benjamin Sigurds, let me just take a little look at this, actually. His match fitness is 77%. I'm tempted to put Maurice Francois in, if I'm honest, because he's eligible, and, you know, he's not a bad goalkeeper, to be honest. And I'd rather have someone fit on the bench. Now, as you can see, players that come back from loan that make the bench, either Holt, Bakamatar, Poirier, we've got lots of support for the defenders now. So if Ruiz does get injured, both Poirier and Bakamatar can both play in that role. Now, there's obviously a few players that couldn't be registered for this, which is a bit of a pain in the arse, but we just had to take our pick, basically, and hope that they'll get some game time in the league. So Sebastian Wagner is amazingly suspended in this game, and I think that must have been from the game against Manchester City or something. I honestly don't know. But anyway, we're going to try and get into this now with the team of Cherry, Park Jae-won, Luis, Aslan, Uchan, Bulens is going to get a lot of game time this year, and Bar, Amara, Sidibe, Ruiz. That defence is looking a lot better, and of course Maurice Francois at the back. Now, I'd like a good performance today. If we can win the away leg, I'd feel much more confident about just maybe rotating a few players for the home leg, to be honest. We did actually have a tour of Cyprus arranged, but it had to be cancelled because of the games, basically, which is a real shame. I have chosen to leave him out, and yeah. But Everton, is he a player? Right. This guy's a real player. They've got a guy called Tsunami. Oh, I hope he's making waves all over that league. Esperon, Kaplienko, Victor Hugo, Sulimenko, Rud, I assume it is, Balic, Nepliak, Rakovsky, Mikado, Pisotsky, Paolo, Wanderson, Luan, Tereshkov, and Grebniuk. Yeah, Grebniuk. So they've got a guy called Tsunami. Sorry, I can't get over that. That's amazing. That's almost King Valentine level of awesome. But that guy's a real player. So, not in my face pack, but he's a real player. I haven't actually updated my face pack since, yeah. I'm going to have to do that before FM16 comes out, Christ. Right. I don't really know. This is the thing, like with league games, I can usually make a decent prediction on how we're going to do against teams because I can sort of see their league form. But I really don't know how good Metallurg actually are. So we're going to have to sort of play this one here, but by ear. Rakovsky now, ball upfield. I want to see. I just really hope that, you know, the side that we've got out here is just going to continue to progress. Henrique, and it's cleared away. Esperon now on the ball, back out wide to Kaplienka. They're playing some decent stuff to start with here, and I'm a little bit worried about that. It's a good tackle for, there we go, that's better. Get us going, some nice, quick, fast-paced football from us. I tell you what, look at this. Players flying forward, long ball over the top, and it's cleared annoyingly. But Uchan brings it down, round the side, and Luis is on, oh, that was a big chance for us to take the lead. That away goal is so important today. Even if we were to lose here, I'd feel like we're good enough at home to get the win, but it's an away goal that is what I'm really after. Right, okay, they're sort of, I'm kind of agreeing actually. We've got a lot of possession, and my assistant reckons a more direct style. So usually when they say that, I'll go to I'll turn off shorter passing just to allow us to be a little bit more expansive with our play. So we've dropped the possession a little bit over the last few minutes, but we're still looking like the better side. Okay, let's close down Ezekiel. Let's put on. Okay, Balic now with the ball into Enrique. Ball across. Oh, good God. What a save that is from the youngster. Oh, thank God. Sorry, I thought that was our foul. Whew. I thought that was a penalty there. It was a great save from the young goalkeeper. If he gets a clean sheet tonight, he's actually probably... Yeah, he's our best performer in that first half. So, guys, we need to step it up a little bit. I'm going to just push the tempo a little bit. Push the tempo and whatnot. I can't resist saying that when we do that. System-wise, they seem to have stayed relatively simple. A 0-0 draw isn't the worst result in the world, to be honest, because I'm still very confident in our chances of beating them at home. But look at this. Ruiz and Mbar are basically wingers at times. When we're in control of games, those two act like wingers, and it gives us such a ridiculous midfield. Cherry's in, and he's hit the post. Big opportunity goes begging, but we're still looking like the better side, and hopefully over the course of the rest of this half, we should find a winning goal. I hope to God we do, because a 1-0 defeat here could still be quite difficult in that second leg. So, Wanderson's on. Good God, guys. Come on, guys, hurry up. We could use a goal right about now. Kaplienko now. So, Sulimenko. Kaplienko, ball in, and Francois will easily pluck that out of the air. It'd be good for the confidence of the lad if he gets a clean sheet on his debut today. You know, he's going to get a lot of game time this year. Mohamed, I don't think he could be registered, which was annoying. So, yeah, I think I've managed to register him for the league, though. I think. Also, Carlos Ruiz is going to be a French citizen soon. Cherry's through and again saved. So that's going to be useful. Next season he won't count as a foreign player, which means we'll have one more slot available, and that's another good thing about, you know, bringing them in when they're young, because a lot of the time they can sort of become a French citizen. Well, not that quickly, because it does take like 5-6 years. I think it's 5 years to become a French citizen, or it might even be more than that. I've got to say, Alberto Cherry's not had the best day, but that being, in fact, he's one of the lowest performers on the pitch. Luis and Alberto Cherry are two of our best players. I'm not going to take off Alberto Cherry, but I am going to get off Luis and get on Bargugi, because he's not actually had a good day today. And I might also take off... I'm going to give Christians his debut in place of Bulens, because one, I want to see what he's made of, and two, Bulens has not had the best day out there, and I feel like he's going to slowly become a decent centre mid, Joachim Bulens, but it's going to take time. He and both he and Josip Matas are kind of relics from when we were doing a system that had a defensive midfielder. So, you know, they're going to have to adapt. Oh, Kaplienko's through here, and oh my God, they've scored. We've been all over them in this game, and they've scored. That is not good. I'm going to switch it immediately to attacking, because we do need a goal now. Francois, he came out and closed it down as best he can, but that's disappointing. We've probably been the better side in this game so far, and to go behind like that, we need an equaliser, really. This needs to be... A 1-1 draw is a decent result for me here, I suppose, but I would have liked to have seen a little bit more from us, considering... I don't know why it's going all freezing there. Considering we've got another round to get through if we want to actually reach the group stages. I think we might fall into the Europa League, though, if we were to go out at that stage. It's just getting through this one that's important. Guys, come on. You're better than this. Cherry's not been good at all, and I'm going to make the change. I'm going to bring on Ivor Holt. He's there, and Cherry just hasn't been good enough. I'm going to have to go on overload here. I'm going to try and tell him to concentrate a little bit more. We just need something from these last few minutes of the game. We've been the better team, really, and deserve to at least get a draw out of this one. It's very frustrating to see us not... We're not going to do it, are we? We're going to actually lose this game. That is a really annoying result. To start the season off with a 1-0 defeat away here in Ukraine is a woeful performance. The chances have been there, we've just not taken them, and that's a little bit worrying for me. Bargugi, hopefully this doesn't continue. Hopefully we can win that second leg. There we go, Metalurg 1, Paris 0. Guys, we've got a lot of work to do in that second leg, I have to say. Not particularly impressed with that, if I'm honest. I felt we should have at least got a draw out of the game just based on the balance of things, but we didn't, and we've got a lot of work to do. And that being said, I still feel that if we can beat Hoffenheim 5-0, we can beat Metalurg enough to actually get a result, basically. So that's the plan there. Wow, Celtic 6-0 winners over Maribor. They're Steaua Bucharest. Wow! Red Bull Salzburg 9-0 win away from home at Videoton of Hungary. So there we go. So in the next episode, guys, if we go through, which I really bloody hope we do, you'll see a double live com of the, well, hopefully a double live com of our playoff round games, basically. So that's what we're going to do for that. So, guys, if you've enjoyed this episode, I know it's been a bit of a shorter one and there's a bit less games in it, but that's what happens with transfer window episodes. And I know that we've not done a lot in the transfer window, but then there's not really much I could do about that either. Then please do drop a like on the video. That would be amazing. And yeah, if you haven't already, please do subscribe to the channel for more of this every single day in your inbox at 7 o'clock. And I will see you guys in the next episode for hopefully a playoff round double header. Oh, Jesus. We need to do something special. I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.